This podcast is part of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. For more great podcasts, head over to bigheadsmedia.com. This week on a new TV Tuners, Swanson and Stairmaster make it to space.
I can't breathe!
Oh my god, why didn't we bring helmets? And Kiyorae finally gets some ice cream.
Wait, you forgot the sprinkles!
Oh no! All that more on a new TV Tuners. Hi there, folks, and welcome to TV Tuners. It's a television podcast for the true fanatics. It's a weekly dive in the latest in TV news and reviews. I'm your host, Swanson. With me, as always, is my co-host and time guy who's just going to show me my life events, I guess. Stairmaster.
Watson, I'm so happy to see you. I'm such a huge fan. I know I have way better things to do with my time. Pay attention to your exploits.
Well, it sounds like you have a lot of time on your hands.
Perhaps. Or perhaps I'm running out of time. As my character seems to be in a hurry to solve
There's
the
not
problem.
enough time! Would this show have been better or worse if it was just 40 minutes of that episode of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared?
That would be very interesting, but I feel like a lot of people would be upset. A lot of nasty things would be said on the internet.
True.
About how gay the bird is or something.
Well, it would really tear at people to either, because there are so many people on the internet who have to 100% defend everything Marvel does.
Oh, yes.
So it would really tear at their ability to do that. And
also they would have to justify, plagiarism, since they don't have the rights to that, I don't think.
Not yet, as far as I'm aware. And with us, as always, is our other co-host and god of mischief, Kiyorae.
Hey, how you guys doing? I can talk my way out of any situation. I have powers and I can jump. I think that's my power, right? Is I can jump really far.
That doesn't seem like Loki has any powers in this.
He has powers. They're just turned off.
He doesn't do anything.
Moment.
They gave him a little turn-off collar that makes him not do powers good.
Powers just don't work in the building, I think.
Yeah, the entirety of magic is non-existent in the realm that they're in.
That ain't right.
That's overpowered.
Yeah. Seems unreasonable to me.
This is really going to mess up my power scaling vids.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe they threw this in here. Why didn't these guys stop Thanos?
Perhaps they
True.
did.
Oh, big twist coming.
One of them was just kneeling behind Thanos when Iron Man just pushes him over.
Yeah, exactly. One of the TV Tuners for another exciting week.
Yes.
We're here talking about TV and nothing else.
True.
It's true. That's all we do.
Many are saying this.
And, one of the things I like to think about is how you could email us and we could correspond with you.
Oh?
We love talking to our fans. So emails, they sound great, don't they?
Yeah, I love emails. I eat them for breakfast.
Well, you would if we got emails, right?
Morning email and evening mail.
You should send us emails because Keo needs it for sustenance. Otherwise, he will not eat breakfast. And as we all know, that's the most important meal of the day.
Keo will die.
I'm already bones. You want me to turn to dust?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happens when you get brittle bones. They turn to dust. So, send us any of your quips, comments, questions, foresights, or otherwise to tvtunerspodcast@gmail.com. What's that email, Kiyorae?
TV Tuner Podcast at Hotmail.
No.
TV Tuners Podcast at gmail.com.
That's right. Yeah, you can be like Geo, who sent us this email.
Wow.
Roadhouse? You guys know that movie Roadhouse? More like Chode House. Am I right?
Never heard of it.
Am I right?
I saw the part where Patrick Swayze beat up a bunch of dudes who were causing trouble.
Geo House. So before we actually answer the question to Geo of whether or not he's right, I guess that was the main question. There's actually 3 questions in this, but before we get to that, I do want to just, because I think I was kind of tickled by this. So I think you guys know this, but Gmail gives you options for replying to things very quickly. And I like the 3 replies that they give me to Geo's email here, which is yes, yes,
Okay.
and yes, or I don't think so.
Those are good responses. Did you click one?
Nah, maybe I should click I don't think so.
You disagree with what he said?
I don't think so, Tim.
Yeah, all I know is he has a knife in his boot. For when the fights get
okay.
real nasty, he can pop that out to turn the tides. Sort of like Golgo 13.
There are 3 questions to ask or answer here, which is, you guys know that movie Roadhouse, and I guess
Answer is no.
I was expecting Stare to be the one who would watch that movie, and I guess because he hasn't, we all have to say we haven't seen that movie, Gio.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Maybe if Owen Wilson had been in it. Instead of Patrick Swayze.
Oh boy, I'm gonna have to kick some ass.
Wow. Has
Hey
Owen
guys,
Wilson,
listen, I don't want any trouble here at the bar.
Has Owen
guys.
Wilson ever been in a fight?
I think he has a broken nose, so probably.
Hmm.
That's why his nose is crooked, because he broke it.
Oh. And that's the only way you can break it.
An on-screen fist fight, right?
Probably. I don't know. Who knows why he has a broken nose? Who knows why Owen Wilson is the way he is? We just have to accept him.
And all those movies he's in that we love, like...
Wedding Crashers. That's
Never seen it.
seminal classic 2000s film.
Never seen it.
Classic comedy with Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn.
Are they
Yeah,
lovers?
that's the ticket. No, they're Wedding Crashers.
Wow, I'm gay.
Will Ferrell is there. That's not Finn. That's Christopher Walken.
Wow, I'm making out with Will Ferrell. He's
Wow.
grabbing my butt.
You guys are crashing the weddings.
Captain, you are ruining this wedding.
No, Will Ferrell's in there and he says, "Ma, the meatloaf." That's a line I've heard people say.
Are you sure you didn't dream that?
So there's a second question here, which is, he says more like Chode House, and then asks, "Am I right?"
I mean, Gio, I guess you're right.
I don't know. In the one scene I saw, Patrick Swayze seemed like he was in the right for beating those dudes up.
Okay, but I
That's
feel
all
like,
I'll say.
what does he mean by more like Chode House? Because as far as I know about the movie Roadhouse, there's not a chode to be found.
He's talking
I think
about
it
the
means the movie.
establishment.
I think he's saying the movie is not good. And I think I agree.
All right, well, this third question leads us to ask again, am I right?
No. I'm sorry, friend, not this time. We baited
So
up.
if you have to... Is it a thing of if you have to ask twice, that means you're not right?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so I guess I will reply, I don't think so.
And
Hope that helps, Gio.
Yes,
all right.
and yes.
You can send emails like that to us if that's the thing you wish. Or you could just, send us questions, comments, anything your heart desires, really. We'll read them aloud here on the pod. And hey, if that wasn't your thing, well, that's what we got Twitter for. We're on Twitter looking for the greatest tweets of the week. And Stairmaster, you have one, I bet.
Yes, usually. This one comes from Ty at Pirate Gamble, who writes, I was literally the biggest Loki stan known to man at multiple points in my life for but I'm currently too fixated on Minecraft to watch the new show. I'm so sorry, Loki, baby.
Wow, this is TV Tuners. This is what we call TV Tuners synergy right here.
You'll love to see it.
That's highly relatable because back when I was playing Minecraft, whenever something crazy would go down, like, you know, the
Like
election, 9/11, I would just look and I would say, wow, crazy stuff, man. Anyways, back to Minecraft.
Gotta get those diamonds.
Keo was the OG Minecraft player because he was playing it before it was cool back in 2001.
He was playing it at the Pentagon. That's what the terrorists were trying to take out.
Yeah. My 2001 Minecraft world has
AKA
currently...
Imp Miner.
Yeah, my 2001 Minecraft world has currently 10,000 double chests full stacks of dirt.
Wow.
So it's pretty impressive how much manual labor I put into Minecraft over 20 years. Is that even an impressive amount? I don't know.
It's certainly an amount.
Keo's very close to making it to the far lands.
Yeah, the far lands, where like the geometry stops working and the game doesn't work anymore. Yeah. I really want that. I want to play with that.
That's how you win. You get to those walls made out of Swiss cheese.
I'm waiting for the day. We're all Stare and I both are waiting for the day where we get a call from Keo Ray and he says to us, "I won," and we will know what that means.
Well, because you're gonna hear like the Minecraft like piano tune like blaring in the background, like just excessively peaking.
Keo, is that you? I won.
Boom, 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 boom.
And then just a gunshot because his life is over.
Because the Enderman snuck up on him?
Oh, sure. That's better than what I was going with.
I became Notch and now it's over.
Oh, no, you cannot become Notch. You don't want that. He lives near you. He lives in your hometown of LA now, all by himself.
Yeah, well, now there's going to be 2 Notches at that point.
Ooh. As far as valid reasons to not watch a show, I think this is probably the most valid, right?
Because you're playing Minecraft? Yes. Tune in on this tweet.
Yeah, tune in. Also, I feel like Loki would forgive you for this.
Avid gamer Loki.
Loki would play Minecraft because you can do epic pranks in that game.
Even though Thor is the one who's seen playing video games canonically in the MCU.
Yeah, but it's Thor, so he was playing Call of Duty. Loki would not have the time or patience for Call of Duty.
You would prefer something more intellectual, like Minecraft.
Yes.
Or Europa Universalist 4.
No, Loki plays Civilization.
Oh, yeah, that's a pretty... Yeah, I could see him like getting a kick out of that game.
Yeah.
That one singular game in the series, Civilization.
The first one. None of the others.
Yeah.
He'd just find like one of the obscure spin-offs. He's playing Sid Meier's Pirates.
You probably like that. So yes, congratulations, Pirate Gamble. A winner is you.
Yeah, and if you liked that, check out our podcast. We want you to listen to it.
Yes, please.
Please listen to us.
Please
all right.
To me, please.
With all that out of the way, let's get to the Rabble, huh?
Oh, okay.
What's that?
Well, the Rabble is a segment here on the show, Kyorain, where we talk about the show we watched this week, Loki, but we're not going to analyze it right now. That'd be absurd. We have a whole lot of stuff to get through before we get to that part. So we give you a little sneak peek by telling you what other people have thought about the show, giving you sort of a glance at what the world at large thinks about Loki and his whole deal here, by taking some reviews from IMDb and some critics' blurbs from Rotten Tomatoes and giving you a sneak peek into what the Rabble think.
Oh, I got it. So I volunteer to go last on this one.
All right, I volunteer to go first.
Oh, perfect. I love being a little sandwich, a little peanut butter and jelly to your bread.
Yeah, we're playing like that. Okay, my review comes from Cal Bratt Hall who writes, yes. Yes. So good. The whole episode.
M. Bison wrote this review.
Yes. So good. The whole episode is containing a great ground for a massively series. 10 out of 10. 1 out of 4 found this helpful.
A massively series.
A massively series.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it does look like it's going to be massively serial.
The only other review he has is for Love and Monsters. We wrote the same day. Really great plot, a lot of twists and such good actors. I thought it was a chick flick, but wow, it was really great and a bit emotional! !
You can't be caught watching a chick flick, honestly,
That'd be
folks,
gay.
fellas.
Listen, fellas, is it gay to watch a chick flick?
Fellas,
Yeah.
is it gay to kiss your homie goodnight?
No?
Exactly.
No, that's not gay at all, Stair. Watching a chick flick is, though.
Yeah, that's for women. Women only.
That's why they're called chick flicks, alright? They have a big, warning label on them, women only.
Yeah, they kick you out of the theater if you're male.
Yeah. The only exception is that you can watch an Adam Sandler romantic comedy, because that's not a chick flick.
Yes.
That's got Adam Sandler. He's the man.
He's making fart noises.
Yeah. Also because no self-respecting woman would want to watch 50 First Dates.
Or blended.
Yeah, well, any of them, I guess, because they're all, what's the opposite of female fantasy? I guess male fantasy?
Male reality.
Female dispowerment movie.
Female dystopia.
Yeah, female dystopia is where they wake up and they're stuck on a boat in the Arctic with Adam Sandler with no memory of what happened to their life.
Yeah, I can't believe she didn't throw us up into the ocean at any point.
Yeah, that should have been the actual ending, right?
Yeah. And then they go to the funeral and Adam Sandler's like, Friday night.
Yeah. Yeah. I would actually pay an exorbitant amount of money to get Adam Sandler to sing that song.
Yeah.
$20.
Yep. That's about as much money as I got, so. Alright. I've got some Rotten Tomatoes reviews here, but as always, I like to give you guys what the critical consensus.
Swanson, you don't even have to. It's going to be a ripe tomato and a bucket of popcorn. I already know.
Yeah, it's going to be 96%.
Yeah. It's a 95%, so it is certified fresh.
Called it.
And the audience score is a big bucket of popcorn, 80%.
Wow. That's lower than I thought it would be.
Yeah, that's true. I guess people just weren't, I don't know, maybe they were put off by all of the exposition, but who knows. Alright, so I've got a negative review here, the only negative review on the front page.
Ooh.
It's from Ben Travers of IndieWire. Still, it's essentially impossible to hide exposition when there's this much of it, and the chatter becomes as distracting as it is endless. Rating C. So, I mean, can't disagree with that, I suppose. There is a lot of talking in this.
It's a pretty high score for that blurb, honestly.
Yeah, that blurb makes it sound like it's like a D program.
Yeah, just like it's unbearable. Although, the problem is, if you do give it a D, then you're going to get the Marvel boys.
Yes, aka the CIA.
Yeah, that's right. They put you on a watch list if you give a Marvel program less than an average rating.
And by watch list, they mean list of people to black bag.
That's right.
That's when they just come pick you up. Is that what that means?
Didn't do the Jack Bauer shit.
I like the idea of a new season of 24 where he's just hunting down people who are critics of Marvel.
Yes.
I work for the mouse now.
The guy in charge of the terrorists is Martin Scorsese. And Jack Bauer just has to throw him into industrial machinery to kill him at the end of the season.
I'd watch.
So, what kind of interrogation would happen in this situation?
They show you pictures of Marvel characters and see how you react to them.
Then the guy dressed up like Goofy.
if you don't smile, he like breaks one of your fingers or something.
Yeah, he like shows you baby Groot, and he's like, "Huh? Didn't even flash a smile on that one, did you?
Smash!
He's adorable. How do you not love him?
Do, 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 do.
Watch this clip of him dancing to an old '70s song."
It's like, sorry, I don't like this. It's boring. And he just like waterboards you or something.
He waterboards you.
You like the future balls.
Yeah. You will like Iron Man. He's too rich for me to enjoy.
I like his personality.
Look at them. They're saying quips every second.
Don't you find Captain America noble?
Look
I
at
mean,
his
sure,
ass.
but that's not really particularly interesting.
Look at his ass.
Look at how big Hulk is. That's a big boy.
And then it would turn out that, like, Kathleen Kennedy is a mole or something.
she's like taking down the company from the inside. That's why the Star Wars sequels were bad.
Yeah, so Jack Bauer has to, like, impale her or something.
Looks like you're going solo. A Star Wars story.
Rest in peace.
Okay, so I've got a positive review here. This is from John Espino of HollywoodChicago.com.
Hollywood, Chicago.
Wait, where is
Hollywood,
this from?
Chicago.
They got a Hollywood in Chicago too. Is that
Hey,
how it works?
welcome to Hollywood, Chicago. How's it going?
Oh, I'm the manager of the Hollywood Chicago office.
Welcome to the Chicago branch of Hollywood. What can I get you?
Dude, would you like a subpar pizza?
Yeah, you want some pizza that's more of a lasagna?
Oh, quiet down, the L's coming down by.
Okay, so he has this to say. The heavy influences don't weigh down the narrative, but unexpectedly gives the comic genre a refreshing, although borrowed, prefab architectural playground to play on. especially when things take an Escher-eel turn.
Oh, this guy's trying to be too clever for his own good.
An Escher-eel turn.
Is this a dissertation?
Yeah.
It's the guy from HollywoodChicago.com is writing a paper that he's sending into his professor about the first episode of Loki.
He's saying that the lore callbacks are making it too convoluted, especially for something about time travel.
But he's saying it's really good, though.
Yeah, he's saying it doesn't weigh down the narrative. He is. It's a positive review. It's a 4.5 out of 5. He's saying it's refreshing for the comic genre.
It's very rich, but it's a little bit too much. But it's very rich and powerful, and they're really weaving a lot into this.
Loki's like going to the Cheesecake Factory.
You never know what you're going to get.
You don't know where you're going to be later that night, and you're better on the toilet.
Listen, those avocado egg rolls, they'll go through you.
Wait, what? Is that a thing they...
Yeah, it's pretty. They're actually pretty okay.
I thought they just served cheesecake.
No.
It's not just the cheesecake restaurant.
What's
that
in
would
the
not
name?
be a thing. You think people go out to dinner at a restaurant called Cheesecake Factory and all they eat there is cheesecake?
Oh, it's a signature dish, so I would assume all the food choices would be like orbiting the cheesecake.
That's not food.
Yeah,
Why
you
do you
need like
name the
a dinner.
restaurant
You need
after
like a
that?
dinner meal before you eat the cake.
I mean, Red Lobster
cheesecake's
thinks
not-
Red Lobster and Red
That's
Lobster.
a food.
Yes.
That's a food. Cheesecake's not a food
Then why-
at all.
It's called Cheesecake Factory because they specialize in various cheesecakes, which you get after you eat the actual dinner.
Is any of it good?
Yeah, it's okay.
So
Pretty
wait,
good.
is it the dinner that makes you sick or the cheesecake that makes you shit yourself?
Well, I guess it depends on how irritable your bowels are.
Yeah, what exact food makes you ill? It depends on what's going to kill you when you go out to eat somewhere.
Okay,
Yeah.
now let's talk about Cracker Barrel Jr. Why is it called that? Is there a Cracker
Wait.
Barrel meal?
Wait, what the hell is Cracker Barrel Jr.?
I might be
I don't
slightly
even-
confused.
Look, I don't even know what Cracker Barrel like regular is, let alone a Cracker Barrel Junior.
I think I got Cracker Barrel mixed up with the Weenie Hut Junior from SpongeBob.
Okay, because I was expecting, like, what I'm picturing is like a little version of Cracker Barrel where they have like a little store where you go in and buy like miniature things. Like you get a miniature rocking chair.
All right, but I don't know what Cracker Barrel is.
Cracker Barrel is like a country themed restaurant that also has a gift shop attached to it.
Oh my!
That is,
you can't have a fucking gift shop for your restaurant.
Yeah, it's mostly on like road stops. Although they are in big cities as well.
Well, big cities have roads.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they're like roads. The original design of a Cracker Barrel, I'm pretty sure, is like a road stop place to go sit down and eat on while you're traveling.
Yeah. Which
okay, well that makes better.
2021.
I guess that makes better sense. I'm thinking like Cracker Barrel is just like a place, just like in town, where you just drive there for dinner while you're just 5 miles away from your house or something.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you the last time I've been in a Cracker Barrel, but I remember their food being
Yeah.
You go for the gift shop, which you don't buy anything in, you just look around.
A feast for the eyes.
Yeah, you feast your eyes on the low quality coffee mugs.
You're just like, I can't believe they're trying to sell this. Anyways, back to Minecraft.
Exactly. You feast your eyes on a shirt that says, "Gone fishing."
Oh, I would like that.
You would?
It's delightfully ironic.
Because Stairmaster doesn't fish, and he doesn't even know how to fish.
It's true, and people would pick that up by just looking at him, so it does work for his whole thing.
Maybe I'll get into fishing. Maybe that's what I'll do when I become old and dad-aged.
I mean, maybe you can do it now, and it'll help you relax a little bit.
Oh, I think it'd help me relax. I'm in a fetal position right now.
I feel like Stair going fishing would just, like, increase all of the anxiety. Like, he would just be sitting there alone, thinking all his thoughts.
I feel bad about the fishy. He's got a nail in him.
You're not going to catch anything. You're not going to catch anything.
Oh, fuck you too, Keo. I bet you wouldn't catch anything if you went fishing.
True, I wouldn't.
Stair, you're too fidgety. You'd be scaring away all the fish.
You'd be like continuously recasting it, hoping to like catch a fish this time.
Oh, that's what I did in Sonic Adventure.
Well, that's a video game, and taught you how to do it wrong.
Well, it didn't work in Sonic Adventure either.
Oh, yeah, you got to wiggle the line.
Yeah, it's true. That's what fish love. Wiggles.
Is that why they like worms?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Nature explained.
All right, so this is a wild reversal. Stairmaster had a very positive review, and I have a negative review this week.
Wow. Dang.
So I'm sitting pretty with my 5 out of 10 review.
Ooh, that's half.
And yeah, this one reads, "Casting was terrible."
Ooh.
By Dr. JLA March, I guess.
Ooh,
DRJLA March.
Sounds like doctor. JLA. That sounds like a DC Comics for adults kind of guy.
All right, here we go. You guys ready for this?
Sure.
Okay, the first 3 words of this review read, oh my god, I can't even.
Do it.
The liberal movement, ...
Uh-oh. Oh no.
Just hire based on sex or race, and not talent or who's best suited for a role. Hunter B-15 was supposed to be a badass time cop, but is a fat, out-of-shape woman who looks like she's never worn armor in her life. Looks goofy with the helmet on her head. This is the future of Marvel. ... What a shame.
Well, what about that helmet? Let's talk about that first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did it look goofy on her? I don't even remember. It looked normal.
I don't remember her wearing a helmet.
Yeah, so I guess it was a bad helmet, design-wise, if we don't remember it.
I guess.
Should have been like a Darth Vader helmet.
It should have had a flashing light on top.
Yeah. I don't have a it's weird to take such a big opinion on a character who, the sole purpose in this episode anyway, is to dunk on Loki and then subsequently get dunked on by Loki.
And hopefully never show up again.
What I don't understand is the implication that some beloved character was ruined, which they like to do whenever they make a character black or something. But in this case, who's Hunter B-15?
Nobody's a new character. Oh yeah, it's Hunter. That's Joe Biden's robot clone son,
who's supposed to be a badass time cop.
Yeah,
he's like
Sonic. My son. He's a time cop.
When I read this review, I was like, "Oh, did they change the character a lot? Is this like a comic book character I just never heard of?" So I did some Googling, and this is not a character from the comic books. Why are they saying this should be something?
Have you considered this man might have schizophrenia?
That's your answer for everything.
It's a fun one.
Is that what schizophrenia does? It makes you hallucinate minor details from a comic book and be angry about the libs?
Yeah, I thought it turns you into the Joker.
No, that's BPD.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't. This character, it's funny too because there are characters that you could say are being quote unquote ruined.
Oh,
because
look, it's a black woman. You have to get angry at that once, and that's just
that's the thing. I think the judge character is not a black person in the comics.
Oh, unacceptable.
What?
So I feel like that's a thing.
The liberal movement, folks.
So it's weird that they went with this choice of a original character who was just thrown in there. Also, I mean, I don't know. She looks like she could beat the shit out of me, so it works for me.
She looks like an actual cop you would see somewhere.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, the point, right?
Right. Actually, she looks more like she could beat me up than Owen Wilson does. So.
Yeah, well, Owen Wilson's 60 years old in this.
Is he?
I don't know. He's old and feeble. His time has passed.
Well, I guess Owen Wilson is apparently in his 50s, so.
Wow. Time comes for us all.
But yeah, terrible review. I can't believe they wrote this on IMDb.
Yeah, I can't believe they allowed that. All right, well, thank you for that one, Keo. And that's it for the Rabble. Stay tuned for our official critical analysis of Loki. With all that, what you fellas watch this week? Anything fun? Interesting?
Oh, I've been watching Mobile Suit Gundam Double Zeta.
Oh, okay. How's that?
What else?
Yeah, that's all.
What do you think of that?
Is it good? Is it fun? Having a
fun.
good time?
Yeah, I hate all of Judo's friends, except Al. They all seem like a bunch of dumb kids who are useless and liabilities.
Yeah,
it doesn't help that two of them do defect to Neo Zeon for 10 episodes.
Uh-oh.
Was it that long? 10 episodes?
It felt like it.
It was more like a couple before they got angry that they were making them do chores or something.
They got mad that they had to carry the apples around.
Wow, sounds like some great characters are over at Double Zeta.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are scumbagging over there.
Oh, okay.
No, I watched Ron, directed by Kurosawa.
Oh, okay. How was that?
Yeah, it's good. It's an adaptation of King Lear, but set in samurai times.
Yeah. Also, his final epic film.
Oh, sad.
Yeah. After that, he made less epic movies. Apparently. Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, I was looking it up the other day for some reason. I don't remember why, but apparently after that, Kurosawa had to get help from American producers to get that film made.
I thought it was French producers.
American and French producers, because ended up playing at the Cannes Award film show or whatever.
I assume they gave him a gold trophy for it.
Probably something like that. But yeah, apparently after that, Kurosawa made a bunch of middling films before his passing.
Well, I mean, I kind of understand that, because how do you top that one bat sequence with the castle being stormed?
Yeah. Well, they say the ending is Kurosawa commenting on himself as a filmmaker.
Oh.
At that point in time.
Is he the blind guy on the cliff?
Yeah.
Oh.
Or maybe no. I think he's the guy in the castle.
Oh.
Anyway, was that a tune in?
Yes, that's a tune in.
All right. Good on you, mate.
What did you see, Keo?
I guess I watched more of the anime programs I was watching.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I was watching the one where the person was reincarnated as a spider, and I don't know, the animation started getting really bad in these latest episodes.
Oh.
It was never great, but I'm just like, oh no, it's like the CGI is getting worse somehow.
Yeah, and I heard that show skips over some stuff. So if you're not familiar with the source material, you could easily get confused.
I was not confused at all by it.
Oh. Well, we all know that you're a next level intellect, Keo. It was incredible media analyst. Hence your position on this podcast.
As the television novice?
Yes.
Yes. Well, I guess
true.
just the everything novice at this point.
Well, the people listening to this program are television buffoons.
Yes. Do you have any other insults for our audience there?
Yes.
They've never made a slight effort to comprehend television, and they need us to guide them through the very basics of it.
Exactly. Or like the mama bird. Or chewing Loki up and vomiting it into their mouths. So they can gain nourishment from it. When they would otherwise starve.
True.
Okay, so I was wrong. Ran was not the one that got co-produced by Americans. That was the movie before that called Kagemusha, I think.
Oh.
Which was co-produced by George Lucas and Francis Ford Coppola.
Whoa.
Who both loved Kurosawa, but he couldn't get anything produced at the time, so they helped him produce this movie.
What a bunch of fucking kings.
Which also helped him win the big gold statue at Cannes. And also got him nominated for an Academy Award. So yeah, there's all that. Anyway, let's get to the news, huh?
Yeah.
All right. If there's one thing we have sort of just begrudgingly accepted about current life and the world of TV, it's the dearth of streaming services that have taken over. A streaming service for everything. Name a show. I bet you it's on a streaming service somewhere.
Atomic Train.
Yeah, it's probably on Peacock.
Oh my god, what if it is?
I mean, it could be. Who knows? But one of the ones that have recently caught everyone's attention is, of course, HBO Max. HBO Max just had a big past month because they had that big Friends reunion that everyone who likes Friends was talking about.
Oh, we talked about that, didn't we?
Yeah, it was a thing that happened. The Friends showed up, and Ross was like, I liked the show.
You watched it?
I didn't watch
it in its entirety?
No. I wouldn't dare. I didn't even watch the Fresh Prince one, and I like that show. HBO Max, Apple TV users, rather, have been finding themselves with some problems when it comes to HBO Max, though, in that it doesn't work on their TVs.
Like, it just doesn't turn on? Or it's like, you get every other frame?
The app itself apparently seems to work fine. It's a problem with the ability to rewind, fast forward, or pause.
Ooh.
All features that are quite important when watching a program.
It's like you're at the cinema.
Yeah.
The home box office.
That's right. It's HBO trying to create the true
Irishman mode enabled.
Yeah, they're living up to their moniker. They are trying to make a home box office. You don't get to fast forward, rewind, or pause. You want to watch a part, you have to watch it all over again.
Imagine if movie theaters let you pause the movie. Like, you could have people vote to pause it. And you had to talk to your fellow theater goers to agree upon that to reach consensus.
So
that sounds
you would
like
basically
anarchy.
not be able to watch the movie because the whole time people were trying to be discussing whether or not to pause it.
Yeah, it sounds like a great way to get people to go home and watch a movie instead.
Sounds like a great way to have more mass shootings in the future.
Yeah, true.
So, like, because the mass shooters would target the movie theater more readily, or because people would bring guns to the theater?
Well, people who are already bringing guns to the theater would just get pissed off.
Okay.
Or they would
People
go
just
to the
do-
car and get the gun and come back.
Now, it's not clear whether or not the actual problem has been fixed, because all HBO has said is that fixes are coming.
Thoughts and prayers.
So basically, they're being like Q here, just like fixes are coming. But
Oddly enough,
don't
they're
know.
being more like their parent company for the time being, AT&T, who also always use this excuse, I'm pretty sure. Fixes are coming. We'll fix
We're
it.
gonna fix it. Trust.
I wonder what Q's up to these days.
When's the last time he's made a post?
Yeah. Weren't they all talking about how Donald Trump was going to be president in August?
This
Yeah, I heard
August?
that recently.
This
Yeah.
August, yes.
That'd be very funny, I feel. So I hope it
that
happens.
happened?
Yes.
You would think that's funny.
Yes, Murray. I'm tired of saying it's not.
Okay,
You
well, I'm gonna
think
put my,
you think the whole country going up in smoke is funny?
Yeah, my strong opinion on that is that would not be funny.
Yeah,
It's cringe.
if that happened, I would do a Marge Simpson impression. I'd just go, "Mm."
Yeah, like when there's like a massive fascist uprising, I'm just like,
Oh, homie, the brown shirts are out again. They're
so
called
yeah,
Mr. Burns.
HBO Max's executive vice president and general manager Andy Forsell had this to say about the incident. First priority is to deliver for users in addressing the issues, but in parallel, we also deep dive into that question. So that means nothing, I guess. Sounds like a whole bunch of nothing.
it should take like a day tops to fix that kind of thing.
Well, that implies that they have like people who are skilled in the ability to like make it work.
They don't have one coder, one programmer on board to check the app.
Maybe they contracted out. That's why they don't have anyone available.
You would think when you're starting a huge streaming service that's going to be like your big money maker for the foreseeable future, that you would hire some people.
Just one guy could do it.
I mean, one guy couldn't do the whole streaming service.
Kyo's
one guy
saying
could-
that he could do it and that AT&T should hire him.
Yeah,
give
that's
him a
exactly.
pension.
I couldn't run the whole service, but I could definitely make it so that if the app is just broken, I could probably make it so it could pause.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen, HBO Max, if you're still encountering this problem and you need someone to get in on it, Kieran's here.
Yeah. I
All
can
right,
download
well-
you onto my computer.
As we do with most news items, let's move from one streaming service to another.
Why?
Because it's all that happens in TV.
It's all interconnected.
Let's go to Peacock.
Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
That's right. Peacock seems to be home of all of those comedies that we don't watch and that we try to watch and don't finish for the podcast. And it's aiming to continue to be that content provider by picking up a TV series based on Seth MacFarlane's Ted,
A.K.A. Family Guy.
aka Family Guy if Peter Griffin were a teddy bear and Mark
Yes.
Wahlberg was also there.
Did you guys watch the TED program?
No, I did not.
I think I did. I couldn't tell you what happened
Are you
in it.
sure?
That's a great question because I feel like I did, but damned if I remember what happened in that.
The second one, he goes to court to prove that he's a person so he can marry Mia Kunis.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Mila
I heard
Kunis
that's
is
Ted
in that
3.
movie.
Yeah.
Joel
How do you
McHale is
prove-
also... No, there's only 2 Teds.
How do you prove you're a person?
I don't know.
Let's watch the movie and find out.
Is this going to be like the time where we talked about whether or not Kermit the Frog could be tried in a court of law?
Yes, exactly.
I don't think it'll be as funny.
Well, no, probably not. I do recall, I think, from Ted that Joel McHale is in it as the villain. So that's fine. Also, Flash Gordon is there, like the guy who played him, and that's a fun bit of Seth MacFarlane jokery, where he's like, hey, remember that?
No.
And you're like, no. And he's like, well, I'm going to comment on it for the next 5 minutes. So, enjoy.
Yeah, he should have died on 9/11.
Who would have taken over the Family Guy slot? The critic? Bringing it back?
Yes! They'd have no other choice.
You know what? The world where the critic gets brought back and not Family Guy is the world where Al Gore won the presidency.
Yeah, and America lasts just a little bit longer.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, one additional day.
Probably.
Yeah. So for those who don't remember, in the movie Ted is like this teddy bear loves to get high and fuck.
He's like a Brian Griffin was a teddy bear, basically.
I guess that's true.
That he loves to use.
It was surprisingly popular for a movie, so much so that it almost gave Seth MacFarlane a film career. Almost. But since it didn't, he's back to TV, and he's making this a TV show with Peacock.
I assume that they won't have the money for CGI, so Ted will have to be a puppet now.
Yeah, and
that'll
also
be a better program.
They also won't have the money for Mark Wahlberg, so Ted will have to find a new friend to hang out with who's mildly charming and has a problematic history in real life. So I'm going to go with...
James Woods.
That's They call it Videodrome, Ted.
Ooh, a piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy.
So yeah, it'll be just another in Seth MacFarlane's collection of shows where he is in them and doing his thing.
Yeah, whatever.
So there's that. It'll be live action, of course, so there's not going to be any Family Guy comparisons. It'll be more like... He did like a show that was like Star Trek adjacent, I think. I can't remember what it was called, but he was on it, and he was like a captain of a ship. So, that's been the news. Let's get to a segment near and dear to everybody's hearts. It's Guess Who's Coming! Hit the theme, Kyorain. Yes, it's another installment of Guess Who's Coming, our monthly segment, game segment on the pod, where I give Stairmaster and Kyorain, my co-hosts, the name of an upcoming TV show, and they guess what the premise is. Whoever gets closest gets a point. The winner gets a prize. Alright, so shall we start it off?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright. This comes from the CW, and it is titled Republic of Sarah.
Alright, I feel like me and Kia are going to go for similar things here, but I'm going to... Okay, so this high school girl, Sarah, somehow becomes president of the United States. And that just turns her life upside down. And now all the boys are paying attention to her.
Okay, so Stair was correct. That's not my exact idea. I wasn't going to make it like a high school girl. Mm-hmm. So I guess I can't go with that anymore. So Republic of Sarah is about a little man. It's about a woman.
Oh, okay, bold choice.
And it's not so much that she's like in charge of the country, but she's like a charismatic leader, and she's up and coming. She's the leader. She's like going and doing stuff, jumping around,
picking stuff up.
Yeah, this is an important question, Kyo. Is she picking stuff up and putting them down?
She's picking stuff up, putting stuff down, picking it back up, putting it back down.
Ooh.
And
She's doing it twice.
There's got to be like some kind of like CGI going on, like some like really low quality CW.
Like
CGI.
she has like a CGI like robot friend.
Yeah, and there's like a low budget like fever dream fight scene that she engages in.
That they put like a 15-minute clip of on the internet, and everyone's just like a bit baffled.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Is that it?
She's also with a group of people called the Republic of Sarah for some reason. Also.
Okay. True.
Interesting. All right, buckle in, boys, because this has to be the longest longest promo for a show, promotional material I've ever seen.
You're gonna read the whole thing to us, Swanson? Like, how long could it possibly be?
We'll find out.
You'll be amazed at how long it takes to get to the actual premise of the show.
Okay.
The bucolic tranquility of Greylock, New Hampshire is upended.
Whoa. Bucolic.
Huh?
Relating to the pleasant aspects of the countryside and country life.
Oh my fucking god.
The bucolic tranquility of Greylock, New Hampshire is upended when a massive vein of coltan, an incredibly valuable mineral used in tech, is discovered under the town. State-backed mining company Linden Industries swoops in with plans to extract the mineral. Plans that include wiping Greylock off the map.
Greylock.
That's right, that's the town. With her friends and family in danger of losing their homes, rebellious high school teacher Sarah Cooper vows to stop Linden's bulldozers. It won't be
high school
easy.
Teacher or high school student?
High school teacher.
Okay.
Leading Linden's efforts is Sarah's estranged brother, Danny Cooper. After enduring a difficult childhood at the hands of his mother, former state senator Ellen Cooper, Danny is eager to exact his revenge on a community he feels abandoned him. Sarah enlists her friends in a fight against Danny, but there seems to be no way to stop the town's impending demise, until Sarah proposes an oddly intriguing solution. Are you ready? This is the actual premise now, after you got all of that exposition.
Real Loki type situation.
Yeah. Greylock could declare independence.
Oh my
Citing various historical maps, she explains that the land on which Greylock sits was never properly claimed by the United States.
Oh my fucking god.
If Sarah and her friends can convince the town to vote for independence, Greylock could gain international sovereignty and could protect its land for good.
By who? Who's gonna stand up for them when the United States says no?
Yeah, great question. So that's Republic of Sarah. Did you like that great spiel into everybody's sort of personal backstory that you could have just got in the fucking show?
Yes, I think all blurbs should be very detailed.
I don't think they were.
Yeah, I think all blurbs should start with bucolic tranquility.
Well, tells you that the people who wrote it know how to use words that nobody understands.
Okay,
yeah,
so
words that I can't even find in most books.
Okay, so it does involve high school, and it does involve the United States.
Yeah, but Keo did say it was about someone leading a nation.
Well, she's trying to form a nation. Oh, fuck.
I guess that is leading it, though.
No,
George Washington did lead a nation.
Yeah, I said she was the leader, though. I didn't say she was president like Stair did, and there's no indication that she's actually president at all.
Also, Keo kind of implied it wasn't America.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. You said it was a place that wasn't America.
Did I say that? I don't think I said where it was at all.
Yeah, I don't recall, Senator.
Whatever, I get the point.
I was actually, Keo gets the point, I think.
Ooh!
Nice. I did it somehow.
Okay, but it does sound like all the boys are noticing her now.
The boys.
I guess that's true, yeah.
Weren't half the boys mentioned like in her family or something?
There's only one boy mentioned, and it's Danny Cooper, her estranged brother.
Yeah.
So that's not really the boys noticing her at all, Stair. Unless you're going down some kind of like anime weird story. Yeah.
The main I'll clue you into what the main tipping point was for me, Stair. Keo Rain never said that she was high school age. You specified that she was high school age.
Yeah, but she's a high school teacher, so that's kind of close.
Yeah, you kind of have to be above high school age to be a high school teacher.
Usually.
Being a high school teacher has the opposite energy from being a high school student.
Yeah.
You were describing like an anime program.
Whatever, I get the point.
No, Kieran gets the point.
Well, if you think I get the point, you can add us on Twitter and say that I got the point.
Well, maybe you'll get the point for this one. This is from AMC. It's called Kevin Can Fuck Himself.
Okay.
Fuck is bleeped out, so I guess it's Kevin Can Fuck Himself.
Okay, so this is not star Kevin James. This is about a guy named This is about a woman who broke up with a man named Kevin. Cheated on her with at least 5 other women on the day of her father's funeral.
Oh, okay.
All right, so...
And so she's setting up the saw contraption where he's going to be pegging himself to death.
Oh.
This is very specific.
Yeah.
Okay, done.
Kevin Can F Himself is a story about... There's like a guy... his name is Kevin, and he's actively involved in everyone's life, and he is just the worst. He is just like scumbagging. He's like, he doesn't clean up after himself. He like is rude to everybody. He knocks stuff over. He litters, and everyone just decides they're done with Kevin. You know, we're through with him. He's exile actually. In fact.
Oh, okay.
I think that's it. That's my premise.
Okay. The series follows the story of Allison McRoberts, a woman we all grew up believing we knew, the prototypical sitcom wife. She's beautiful and can take a joke, and she's married to a guy who must have won some sort of marriage lottery because she looks the way she does, and he's funny. But what happens when we follow Allison out of her husband's domain, when she finally wakes up to, and revolts against, the injustices in her life? Kevin Can Fuck Himself breaks television convention and blends multi-camera comedy with single-camera realism to make us ask, who and what have we been laughing at for all these years?
Who's Kevin?
He's the husband.
He's the husband.
Oh, this is very vague.
The Kevin
it could
James
go either
stand-in.
way.
So she's mad at him?
Well, wouldn't you be?
What did he do?
He was a typical sitcom husband. It was like, oh, I don't think so, Peg. And then like a toilet flushes.
Yeah,
they didn't say that though. They just said that he wasn't attractive. He was just funny.
Well, this is where being the TV novice sort of works against you, Kyorain, because this blurb is clearly playing on your understanding of TV conventions.
So you're saying that they're just implying that he's like a Homer Simpson.
Yeah, so I think
archetype.
It seems like this could end with the saw pegging machine.
It could not.
It absolutely could. If these
it could. I mean, it could. I'm not going to roll it out, honestly. But I do think Stairs closer to the actual premise.
He said it was an ex-boyfriend.
I said it was a guy.
But it's close enough. He's got a guy that she's mad at.
I guess he...
I mean, divorce is a form of breaking up.
Yeah, as far as this blurb seems to suggest, she's the only one who is aware that Kevin has some sort of sinister thing going on. Because everyone else is still... I don't know. She said all the blurb says that she's outside of her husband's domain. Oh. So it sounds like everyone else is still within it.
That sounds like she's exiling him, honestly.
Oh, no. She just sounds like she's exiled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but she's turning the tables on him. That's the action of the show. Is she's deciding to get him out of there. He's gone.
Or she could hook him up to a pegging machine.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, I think the only reason the pegging thing is has any probability is because this sounds like a sort of revenge show.
Also, because the title is Kevin Can Fuck Himself.
But that wouldn't be him doing it. That would be a machine assaulting him.
Okay, well, maybe it's like set up so he has to pull lever that makes it fuck him, or he gets his arms chopped off. So he just desperately, but it fucks him too hard, so he's dying either way.
Kevin, you're gonna have to fuck yourself.
Yeah, I thought the show sounded more lighthearted than what Stair's describing, where there's a woman setting up a torture machine.
It sounds like there's going to be some trials and tribulations and drama.
Yeah. I'm going to give Stair the point on that one.
Yes.
Unbelievable. If you think I got it correct on Twitter, at me. I'm not going to see it, but...
But do it anyway. Do it because it's
know.
right, and not because you wanted him to see it. Hope he sees this, bro. Alright, we've got a newcomer here. This is from IMDb TV.
What?
Which is a thing that exists. And this is called Leverage Redemption.
Oh my god,
Okay,
Swanson,
so
why
there's
would you...
these spies who are into blackmailing people, and they're getting back together after who knows how long. Because they gotta stop 9/11-2 from happening.
Were they doing 9/11 stuff?
I don't know.
Alright, good enough. What do you... Is that it? Is that your entire premise?
Yes.
Wait, Sarah, what's the premise? I didn't understand what you were saying.
Okay, so there's these spies who do, like, blackmail stuff, and they gotta get back together after they were gone a long while to prevent 9/11-2 from happening.
Oh, okay. What's the redemption? Like, they were bad, now they're doing something good because they're heroes now?
They were mean to each other and broke up, and now they gotta apologize.
Is that redemption? Okay.
Yes. Absolutely.
Alright, so, let's see, leverage, redemption. Alright, I'm going to take half a Stair's idea, I think.
Okay, which half?
The part that doesn't involve 9/11.
Oh, you should have taken that part.
Because 9/11's often mentioned in TV nowadays, like, as a plot point, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Alright, so this is about, there's a ring of, white collar criminals who do an extortion ring. And they got busted. They got in trouble. Like they're disgraced. And, now they're looking for redemption. They're coming back and they're going to blackmail Donald J. Trump.
Oh,
I want this.
Yeah, I would watch this show.
And they're going to make up for it. They're going to be the heroes now.
Ocean's 11, but it's just them pulling a heist on Donald Trump.
Yeah, but they're not stopping at 9/11. They're just like they're getting at the right guy. They're getting their redemption here.
Okay.
Maybe it's like the Raid redemption, in that there's not really a redemption going on, and they just put that in the subtitles to appease American audiences.
Because we like to see a redemption, even though there may not be one involved at all.
Yeah, we like the idea of redemption. We don't really want to see it that much, though.
It just gets our eyeballs on it, but we don't care if it's actually there or not.
Yeah. Okay, I just had a thought. This has nothing to do with the show, and I will reveal it in a second. But Ocean's 9/11, is that a thing?
Probably. I bet Mad TV did that.
Like, I don't know. I guess George Clooney's like, you're gonna have to get on that plane. Alright, so Leverage Redemption. In this new iteration and new world, the Leverage crew have watched as the rich and powerful continue to take what they want without consequence. Grifter Sophie Devereaux, Thief Parker, Hitter...
Thief Parker?
It's just, he doesn't get a last name, I guess. Hitter Elliot Spencer.
I thought his first name was Thief, his last name was Parker.
Oh, I wish. No, it's Thief, capital P, Parker. Okay. Hitter Elliot Spencer and hacker Alec Hardison have watched the world change over the last 8 years. Since their last job, it's become easier, and sometimes legal, for the rich to become richer and the powerful to squash anyone who gets in their way. To address the changes in the world...
So yeah, that's not... I don't know what that means. 8 years.
To address the changes in the world around them, the team finds new blood in Harry Wilson, a corporate lawyer who's looking for redemption after realizing he'd been sitting on the wrong side of the table for his entire career.
Hi there, my name's Harry.
Hi, wow. I'm Harry Wilson. Anyway, that's Leverage Redemption. show on a thing called IMDb TV, which is a I guess not a reboot, it's a revival. A revival of a show that was on the television network TNT. That I think I guess Stairmaster remembered some part of it because he seemed to recognize what the show was, sort of.
Oh, so Stairmaster was actually spouting things that he'd seen before, whereas I was just copying.
I don't think.
Well, you came shockingly close, I will be honest. I think I'm going to have you guys explain why you deserve the point. Because you are both very close.
Okay, I get the point because, first of all, I was talking about actual redemption, which Stairmaster refused to. Second of all, they're talking about like recent events, new corruption happening. That's covering the Trump years for sure.
Yeah.
And I think that's...
I'm just defeated now. Let's go talk about Loki.
Before we get to this, I was going to say, at first, before I read the lower half of the blurb, because I usually don't pre-read these, other than like the first like sentence. I thought what Kyoran was actually describing was not a revival of Leverage. It was a revival of another show that I barely heard of, White Collar, which was about people who committed white-collar crimes and were redeeming themselves.
Oh my god, that would have been amazing if I guessed that.
Anyway, I guess Keo gets the point, so...
Yeah, whatever, let's go.
Maybe there's hope when we get to this Apple TV Plus program. Physical.
Okay, this is about a man. He goes to the doctor and to get his physical, and... Which way do I want to go on this? Is he ruined, or is he like extremely powerful?
He's extremely...
What would
you, sir, you have superpowers. Sir, you are
8
Goku.
inches long.
I regret to inform you, sir, you are Son Goku.
Oh man, I don't know. I guess I'll just like cop out and say it's one or the other. It's either going to be like a guy shows.
Pick one.
All right, fine. A guy goes to get his physical, and he's just like ruined. Like the doctor tells him, like you're just like the weakest man in existence. You're basically already dead. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. He goes to train or something.
All right, my show is about a guy who's a physical trainer for people in the mafia. A physical therapist, I mean.
Physical therapist? Oh my god.
Okay, physical therapist.
So, like, they get shot and he's, like, getting on a walk again?
Yeah, get up! You can do it, fat pussy! You can do it, Tony the Refrigerator! Miley Crocodile Eyes!
And they're all like, oh. So that's your entire premise?
Yes.
Okay. Set in the idyllic but fragile beach paradise of sunny 1980s San Diego, Physical is a half-hour dark comedy following Sheila Rubin, a quietly tortured, seemingly dutiful housewife supporting her smart but controversial husband's bid for state assembly. But behind closed doors, Sheila has her own take on life, that she rarely lets the world see. Battling a complex set of personal demons relating to her self-image, she enters the world of aerobics and begins a real road to empowerment that merges with her newfound passion for the burgeoning technology of videotape to start a revolutionary business: exercise videos.
Oh, okay. I think I get it.
I get the point because mine was about at the end. I mentioned he starts training, and that's clearly what this is. It's exercise videos. That's training.
I think I get it because the government are the real gangsters.
Oh. Swanson, you can't let him get away with that.
And I mean, making an exercise video is like being a physical therapist for someone.
No, it's not.
Being a physical therapist.
The thing is, the most frustrating thing is that Stairmaster was so close to having a very big in to getting the point, because he originally said that they were a physical trainer, and that would have just been a straight path. But he had to say physical therapist, which is different enough to make it cloudy.
Yeah, physical therapist is not a physical trainer. physical therapist, like I said before, is like you're like got some kind of deficiency either from an injury
yeah, he's
or
got
illness.
the right idea for his premise, which is that it's a person who's recuperating mobsters.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work for this one, which is about a lady who's trying to cash in on the like female lifestyle craze.
Well, if it makes you feel better, people would rather watch my show than this one.
You mean than the one I said?
No. They're the one that Swanson read out to us.
Probably mine too, but...
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to give you each. You have one statement to make. This statement must be
What?
it can be no more than 3 phrases.
What?
Okay. The show doesn't have crime. Mine was about training. Hers was about training too.
Ooh, okay, hold on, Stare. Keo, it might have crime. It does say that her husband is controversial and he's making a bid for state assembly.
That's like tangentially possibly crime, maybe. But his is about specifically like mobsters, so come on.
Listen, the mob was big in the 80s. Videotapes, that's basically a mob business. Come on. What do you think makes those things?
Ooh. Okay.
Swanson, are you just trying to stretch this out so that we can have a tiebreaker?
I don't think I need to stress this out. I think Stare gets the point here.
Yes!
Oh my god. How could this happen? How could you possibly do this?
Because I have some friends in the mafia.
Yeah, he's got some
Yikes.
connections. Pass me the gabagool under the table so Keo doesn't see.
Oh, this is corruption at its worst.
Do you want it pulped or not pulped?
Some
Gabagool?
What is
Isn't that like meat?
Yeah, you never had pulped meat? It's great. It's delicious.
I guess I need to try that.
Not too much pulp. Some.
I like some pulp. Alright. I have one final one to break this tie here.
Yes, this legitimate tie.
Yes. This totally legitimate tie. Listen, neither of you really deserved that last point.
I deserved it more than Stare.
Listen, this tie fell off the back of a truck. And so we gotta get rid of it.
As long as Stairmaster's been alive, he's always wanted to win Guess Who's Coming.
He's already won.
Yeah, I have.
But has he won enough? That's the classic fall from grace for mobsters, is that they don't get enough. So we'll see what happens with Stare here. So we're going to Netflix for this show.
Oh, man.
Sweet Tooth.
Oh, is that just about the clown? From...
Okay. Yes.
You have to answer me, Swanson. Is that about the clown from Twisted Metal?
It is not about the clown from Twisted Metal, but it could be about a clown.
Okay, I remember they were talking about something Twisted Metal related, but that was like too recently to actually have a show out already.
Alright, so this is about a dentist who's also a clown, and one day he realizes he can combine his 2 careers to put himself on the forefront of both fields. But that causes some problems with his wife. Period.
Okay. That sounds like a really good program. Alright, so mine is, every time I hear Netflix, I just think superhero shows, and I know at this point that it's not even...
I mean, clowns are like superheroes.
Alright, so this is a superhero show. It's about a little girl
Okay.
who... She eats a candy and she gets, like, strong. She could, throw a car.
She could throw a boulder with relative ease.
Yeah, she can throw a car, but they only do it once because they don't have the budget for all that.
True.
And she can, jump.
Which they do a lot because that's easy to do with CGI.
Yeah. And then what else? Like, she gets the candy in episode 8.
Yeah, that tracks.
It's like Ed, and Eddie for the rest of the episodes where she's trying to get the candy, but...
Yeah, it falls out of her mouth because it's so big.
Like, in episode 10, there's a low point because she gets a jawbreaker and chips her tooth on it. and spends the extra recovering. She does not go to the dentist.
They have like an excruciatingly long dentist scene.
No dentist.
Oh yeah, it's like when they were dipping Luke Cage in acid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or whenever Daredevil gets beat up too much.
Yeah, and he has to like sit there and take a lecture from Rosario Dawson.
Yeah.
All right, Sweet Tooth. 10 years ago, the Great Crumble wreaked havoc on the world and led to a mysterious emergence of hybrids. Babies born part human, part animal. Unsure if hybrids are the cause or result of the virus, many humans fear and hunt them. After a decade of living safely in his secluded forest home, a sheltered hybrid deer boy named Gus unexpectedly befriends a wandering loner named Jeopard. Together, they set out on an extraordinary adventure across what's left of America in search of answers.
Oh, okay. So, clown dentists, that is like a hybrid, and dentists are always constantly on the lookout for the virus known as gingivitis.
Wait. The blurb mentions a virus, but what? They just say the virus, like they didn't tell us.
No, it's called the Great Crumble, Kyorain.
Oh, that's what happens if you don't brush your teeth enough.
It's true. It's what happens to your teeth.
Swanson, you're not gonna...
What, Keo? It's what happens. Do your teeth not crumble if you don't brush them?
Listen, my friend Eddie, he's a dentist and he's in waste management. And he's saying I should get the point.
Okay, here's why I should get the point. First of all, mine is also about a child. His wasn't. His is about a grown man who's like a clown.
Yeah, but kids love clowns.
Second of all, this sounds pretty fantastical. It's like...
Oh, so the clown dentist isn't fantastical?
Well, I mean, no. That's something you could just have in like a regular like sitcom.
But he's like colorful.
Anybody could be a clown and a dentist. He's got
puffy pants and huge shoes.
Yeah, but that's something people do. People just do that.
Yeah. Remember that movie where Robin Williams is a clown doctor?
Yeah, but see, my guy's a clown dentist.
So worse.
He's not trying to cheer up dying people or the mentally ill.
Yeah, he's trying to convince children to get their teeth operated on.
And mine clearly implies there's some kind of adventure going on, or at least some kind of action. His doesn't.
Well, there could be intense surgery. It could be like ER.
Oh, yeah.
Like someone's arm could get chopped off by a helicopter.
Okay, but and
they have to reattach it.
Swanson's arms are getting chopped off in the dentist office.
Well, no, it's not in the dentist's office. They go to the dentist's office because that's the closest medical establishment.
Is that how that works?
It's like maybe
you just take a person who's mortally wounded to the dentist and say, "Doc, you got to operate."
He lost his arm. Take him to the dentist.
Put some teeth on there.
He's a mob doctor dentist. Maybe that's why.
Oh, okay. Dr. Dentist.
Stan wants to win this bad. He's he really wants this.
I've made a decision.
Oh my god, you're gonna give me this.
Hey, you hear about the Great Crumble?
Keo gets the point.
Oh my god. I can't believe this. I mean, I can believe this, but
but hey, if you gave me the point, I think things could really work out in your favor, Swanson.
Listen, Keo... He was closer to what the actual show is, I think.
Okay, I'm calling a work stoppage on this podcast till I get that fucking point.
Well,
back it up, boys.
Well, they're taking the house. They're taking Keo's microphone.
The podcast is over. That's a tune out on Loki.
Oh boy.
See you next week.
No, Keo won.
Wow. Oh. I guess we'll just have to brutally beat Swanson after this.
What's my prize?
All right, here's your prize, buddy. It's a Tesseract.
Oh, does it work?
No, it's useless here at the podcasting chambers.
There's no magic.
Yeah.
I guess it's a really good paperweight. It's really cool looking.
Yeah, it's real sturdy. Some people use it. All right. Congratulations on another one game, Kyorain, and my condolences on another blown one for Stairmaster.
Thank you.
I think I'm the real winner here in the audience's eyes.
Well, yeah, you're the underdog. Everyone loves an underdog. If you won too much, everyone would stop feeling bad for you.
Yeah. What you're saying is everyone resents Keo.
Well, I'm just saying. What I'm saying is, you've got real Doug Funny energy. You're a real underdog.
And that makes Keo the mean one?
It makes Keo Skeeter, I guess. The cool guy.
Oh.
That's what Skeeter was, right? He was cool.
He was really cool.
Alright. Well, enjoy that prize, Keo Rain. And with all of that, let's get to our main event. Let's waste no more time, huh?
Yeah, what do we watch this week?
We low-key watched Loki.
After stealing the Tesseract during the events of Avengers Endgame, an alternate version of Loki is brought to the mysterious Time Variance Authority, a bureaucratic organization that exists outside of time and space and monitors the timeline. They give Loki a choice: face being erased from existence, or help fix the timeline to stop a greater threat. Loki is available on Disney Plus or wherever you find TV shows. Did Loki leave you guys stuck in time, or did it help you fix the world?
These are getting worse and worse.
Thanks.
We need to travel back in time to fix them. Hey.
Okay, let's do it. Did Loki leave you stuck in time, or did it send you back to the future?
I guess it's Back to the Future.
Yeah, we'll talk about it a bit, but it was...
I think we'll talk about it now.
Yeah, I guess we'll talk about it a bit now. So this is the third Marvel show. We meaning Keo and I have watched. I guess you did watch WandaVision, right? You watched part of it.
Yeah, but my stomach was too upset
to record. Yeah, so we've watched all of them at this point. I think in terms of first episodes of the show, each show, this falls in the middle of the three.
What?
Mainly in terms of it being different enough. I should clarify, yeah. In terms of it being different enough from a normal, what you expect from a Marvel show, I think it falls somewhere in the middle.
Oh, okay.
Because WandaVision is just like completely left field from a normal Marvel product. At least in the first episode.
I feel that.
And Falcon and Winter Soldier was like bedtime.
Yeah, it was like the most like, this is the first 15 minutes of a Marvel thing. And this feels like there's elements where you can see, yeah, this is a Marvel thing for sure, obviously, because Loki's here. But also, there's a premise that could be fun.
Oh, yeah, there's something new, I guess.
Yeah, there's potential here.
There's character moments.
Also, Owen Wilson's here, so that's fun.
Wow.
Hey, I'm in this. I'm making Marvel money now. Wow. So, yeah, We get a quick recap of all the shenanigans in Endgame where Loki escaped and all that. In fact, there's a lot of just recapping stuff in this.
Let's put a bad taste in my mouth opening with the scene from Endgame. Because I was like, oh hey, I wonder what happens to Loki after this weird timeline divergence happened. And then no, he just immediately gets arrested.
Yeah. I think.
And then.
Yeah.
And he's not even arrested in a cool way either. He's just like sucker punched.
They really keep undermining Loki, which fair enough. It's a thing they did in Avengers too, but like it's a thing where like
the movie.
Yeah, they at least waited till the end of the movie to do it to him. In this, it happens like right at the start, and then he just keeps getting punked out.
Yeah.
And he only gets like a very tangential moment of victory in this, which is
that
barely
annoyed
that.
me.
Although, I'll save it for the end, once we've talked about the whole plot, but I feel like there's something amiss here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he ends up in the desert. They really take their time establishing the hell out of the Gobi Desert.
Even though we all know that's just CGI.
And also that at most they spent a day filming.
Yeah.
So
they do a really major establishing shot here for us to not be there.
Like why couldn't we just have like a fun little? It doesn't even need to be the whole episode. Take out like 10 minutes of Owen Wilson doing exposition, and just have Loki do a little like run around with these guys through the desert.
Some mischief out there before he gets arrested.
He did not do a single illusion in this episode.
No, in fact, he goes to speak to these people who are speaking a different language and apparently can't speak different languages.
Yeah, you think Loki would just know how to do that?
He's the god of mischief. You'd think he would know different languages.
Didn't he know? Wasn't he speaking German in Avengers 1?
Yes. Maybe he just hasn't traveled to the West enough to learn their languages.
You mean I guess it's west if you go west enough.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Earth
I guess maybe it's true. The Earth is round. So yeah, Loki can't speak this language, even though he's the god of mischief. So I suppose he should, but whatever. I don't know. Who knows how anything works in this world? So yeah, the time cops show up and they're like, "Hey, you're a prisoner now. We're going to capture you." All right, we did it. Good work.
It's
team.
weird that they frame this as him committing a crime. They
Yeah.
know that he has no idea that there's a destiny people should be following.
Yeah, that's the part of this, which is that when it comes down to it, the TVA seem like bad guys.
Yeah,
They seem like
definitely,
jerks.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is something because Loki is also clearly a bad guy, but he seems like the lesser of two evils compared to these people who are. So as it is explained in exposition from a helpful little like animatronic clock voiced by Tara Strong.
Oh, it's like a waiting room video that he's watching.
Yeah, the Time Variance Authority protects the sacred timeline, which is a timeline that some three elder gods, which usually in Marvel Universe means like three cosmic beings that just decided they're gods now. Decided to converge the multiverse together into one timeline, and there was like some war or something. Anyway, there's now one timeline that at all costs they stop things from diverging from. And the gods created all of these people in the TVA, and I guess as an extra layer of irony made it like super bureaucratic. Do you think they made it bureaucratic, or the people who work at the TVA made it that way?
I don't know, but it's very bureaucratic, and the people there are just not very impressive, even though we're dealing with like the highest order cosmic power here.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who are just.
Yeah, they should all be Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, they should all just be action heroes. Yes.
It should be like Time Squad.
We do get the titular Hunter B-15, who shows up and captures Loki, and is a thorn in his side.
Yeah,
for
she
most
does
of
the
this episode.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure thing to him, punching him in the face, causing
And
time to
slowing
slow
down
down for her.
Yeah, they did. That is straight up a thing that happened in JoJo. It was fun though. Yeah, so they capture him. They take him to this place. It's listen, it's at once bureaucratic and like I like the design choice of this place, which is that everything feels like it's outside of time. It's a very appropriate choice.
But it also feels like the DMV.
Yeah, it's like great moment of like weird bureaucratic nonsense mixed with like this feeling of being trapped in time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Loki gets introduced to a clothes shredding robot at some point.
Yeah, Swanson, that's literally the DMV. You're trapped in time there.
I guess that's true, and he does take a number, and the person in front of him didn't have a number and gets incinerated for it.
Yeah.
Which does happen to the DMV.
Yeah, that's when you realize that they have to be bad guys for that.
Yeah, they just kill the person for not having a ticket, so that does sound like, hey, you're bad guys. No amount of Owen Wilson going, aw, shucks, is going to make me ignore the fact that these people, especially the like straight up time cops, like the people who capture Loki, seem like they just really love incinerating people.
It's meta commentary on the Marvel Cinematic Universe, whitewashing the sins of the American Empire.
I guess that's true. That's another thing that makes this way more tolerable than Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which is that there's no modern day politics that we need to worry about. This is just Loki going on adventures.
I mean, these are cops.
Yeah, well, I mean, hopefully I'll just get into it now. I think Loki's playing a long con here. I'll explain it more, I think, when we get to the part where I think it starts to click. But I think the whole arc here is that he's going to try and take over this place.
He can't succeed at that, though. That's the problem with the story.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I would like to see him succeed because this place shouldn't exist. It seems like a bad place for bad people.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't imagine, first of all, one of these Marvel shows being that ambitious.
Yeah.
And second of all, like, I don't know. It's like... I can see where you're saying that because he's like... He realizes that these people are way more powerful than anything he's encountered. Like, literally, the Infinity Stones are just like paperweights there.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make the Infinity Stones are like physical manifestations of concepts that underlie reality.
But they're in a different existence in terms of reality, so... But also, I think it's implied that those Infinity Stones aren't the Infinity Stones because they're from realities that have been destroyed by them.
Yeah, although the Tesseract is there, and that's one of the Infinity Stones, and it's just like, oh, it doesn't work here.
True, but it's an Infinity Stone that Loki took with him, and that caused it to be part of a reality that I guess they also destroyed when they took Loki.
Is that what that bomb thing is?
Yeah, I think that's right. And when you think about it, they're committing genocide. They're destroying realities.
Yeah, Omnicide. Just
so these are the bad guys. These are bad guys. Loki should become a hero by defeating them.
Yeah, they're literally doing what Thanos was going to do at the end of Endgame.
Just on a larger scale.
Yeah.
They even mentioned that what the Avengers did going through time was part of the plan, so it's okay.
Yeah, that was a big yikes moment, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But it was bad that Loki picked up the cube, even though an Avengers kicked it right next to him.
Yeah, even though the Avengers made it possible.
Yeah, that just ain't fair. He definitely needs. He's gonna do something against them. I don't know if he's gonna take over them. I don't know. I feel like he's gonna.
I don't know if he succeeds, but I feel like he's gonna at least try.
I think he's going to find Thor and have Thor stand behind the three elder gods, like get on all fours, and then Loki's going to push them over Thor.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah, and that would be a pretty epic prank, and he would win at that point.
It's true. Yeah, he goes, essentially, we get introduced to Owen Wilson, Time Detective. I actually did kind of like this introduction for Owen Wilson's character. So they're in like what, the 1500s?
Yeah, 1500, 1549, France.
Yeah, they find all of these dead bodies, which are their own people who've been killed by somebody.
Lucifer.
And that's what the kids suggest, which is interesting. The kid that Owen Wilson encounters, he like calms him down by showing him a piece of technology that should make his brain melt. But the kid is just like fine with it, I guess.
He's probably okay.
Like he probably ate some moldy bread and is hallucinating its eyes off.
Well, he ate some gum that the devil gave him.
Yeah.
Owen Wilson asks who did this, and he points to a painting of the devil. Oh yeah, stained glass of the devil, which I guess implies what, Mephisto? That's like the Marvel version of devils.
Oh, so Spider-Man's gonna have to help Loki out.
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
That'd be an interesting team up. Anyway,
they don't have the money.
Yeah, too bad Mephisto's not showing up until like, I don't know, whatever Doctor Strange movie's next.
Oh, we'll be dead by then.
Bold. I highly doubt it, but you know, I'm waiting for you to prove me wrong one day, Stair.
Yeah, Stair's been saying we were gonna die for at least 20 years now.
See, well, either way, I win, because if I'm dead, I don't have to worry about it, and if I'm alive, I can be like, but yeah, I'm alive. Anywhere could be heaven.
Huh. Okay.
Can't argue that, sir. Can't argue that. Thank you.
No argument with that one. So yeah, Owen Wilson comes back in time to watch Loki's trial, where Loki tries to paint the Avengers as the bad guys. The judge is like, no. Loki tries to do his powers, and that's when we find out that no magic doesn't exist in this realm. Powers don't work. Artifacts are non-existent. Like, there's just something in this reality that is like
no fun
different.
allowed.
Yeah, nothing magical can exist in this area. So before Loki is getting sentenced to death, essentially, Owen Wilson intervenes and is like, "Hey, whoa, wow, hey guys, let me just talk to him.
What if I spend magic, a solid... They just have magic technology.
Yeah. And Owen Wilson's like, what if I spend a solid 20 minutes talking about his life with him? Just doing some exposition.
This was where the show, like, I was having some fun with it, and then they were just like, let's just make it boring.
Yeah, let's sit here and talk about stuff that you either know or don't care about. If you're watching the show. Yeah, I think what they were trying to do with this scene is to establish a, like, dynamic between Loki and Owen Wilson's character, whose name is Mobius. His full name, apparently, is Mobius M. Mobius. Which is fun.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, and here he's doing some Dr. Melfi type shit.
Yeah, it's essentially a less compelling version of Melfi and Tony Soprano, with Loki in the Soprano role. Yeah, so I tried to take over Midgard, so what?
He's like, you're a nasty little man, aren't you? He's like, yeah.
I'm the god of mischief. It means I create mischief, so I kill a few people.
I kill a few people. I knock a few heads open. It doesn't matter.
I left a banana peel on the train tracks, so what?
Yeah, I'm DB Cooper, so what?
That was fun, I guess, but it kind of went on a little long.
It was fun, but it made me want a whole episode of that. I wanted a whole episode of how Loki did DB Cooper stuff. Don't just tease me.
Put on sunglasses, Swanson. You put on sunglasses. That's how he did it.
Yeah, but I wanted to see him do it. I didn't like that he had to get. It was a cop out that he had to get his Asgard buddies to help him. I want to see him do it himself.
No, they didn't help him. He just did it because of a bet with them.
No, he did. They did help him. Otherwise, he would have died falling out of the plane.
Oh, I guess you're right. I think that was Idris Elba who's in charge of the portals.
Yeah, he references Heimdall, who's that's Idris Elba's character. Yes, that was fun, but it did go a little too long. For the they did a thing that I can get nitpicky sometimes, but I'll get nitpicky with this because it was annoying to me. They did a thing where they had to make sure that you knew what they were talking about. So I feel like it would have been fine if you just had Loki say, pass the note, and then have the lady say, sure thing, Mr. Cooper. Then you'd be like, oh, okay, it's the people in the back could be like,
yes,
oh, he's DB Cooper. But then they have to have Owen Wilson be like, you were DB Cooper. Like, hey, everybody, this guy was DB Cooper. Did you get it yet?
He was a big phony.
This guy jumped out of a plane. It's the only unsolved plane hijacking in history, everybody.
For years, authorities have been mystified by the disappearance of one D.B. Cooper. Who was he?
Was he a god of mischief? Tonight on Unsolved Mysteries. This takes up a long time of Owen Wilson and Loki going back and forth here, but I feel like you didn't need to take this much time to establish a dynamic between them. Like, you can probably do it in the 6 episodes this show's gonna run.
Yeah.
Like, they got... the only reason I'm not super down on the time that they take here is that there is a nice chemistry between Tom Hiddleston and Owen Wilson, where I could see enjoying them playing like a little buddy cop role with each other. Essentially,
but there's too many callbacks. The show gets stuck up on that.
Yeah, like, we don't have to go through Loki's entire history here. I think this ties back into a thing. This is the only thing that makes me a little skeptical about my theory, because it feels like they're trying to get to the part where Loki is the same person as he was, or at least close enough to where he was at the end of, like, I don't know, Thor Ragnarok. Mm-hmm. So that he can be an anti-hero and not just a full-on villain. And it can go either way, I think. It could be, like, this is their half-assed way of being like, Loki's on the side of mildly good. Or it could be like he's playing them. But, who knows? But it takes too long. There's too much going through memory lane for it to happen. Like, I would have rather had more of Loki actually escapes for a little bit. Because that was fun, him going through the office and everything. Also, the scene with him and this assistant guy, this hapless assistant.
Yeah, that kind of fell flat.
See, I didn't mind it, because it did deliver my favorite line in the episode, which is where he threatens that he's gonna gut the guy like a fish, and the man responds with, "What's a fish?" Because he hasn't left his desk. He's a construct of these time gods. He doesn't know what the fuck a fish is.
That's horrifying. How could they possibly do this?
The line at "What's a fish" itself isn't necessarily funny. It's the fact that after he says it, and Loki is bewildered, he's just like, I just need context, because I need to know what you're threatening me with.
He's being very analytical and logical here. I thought it was amusing, but I wasn't overly impressed with any of the quips in this program, unfortunately.
I mean, it was the only time I actually, like, chuckled in the episode. But yeah, Loki is doing his thing. He's going around. He's trying to, I think his initial plan is to escape, but he gets the Tesseract and then realizes that even they don't have any magical qualities here because this place is just ridiculously overpowered. So he messes around with the only bit of magical thing that he can, which is the time displacer thing. He gets his little revenge, his hollow revenge on Hunter B-15. And then he decides that this is the part right here where I think this is a long con, because he realizes that they have the biggest amount of power, and then after he sees how he dies is when he decides that he's going to help them. And I feel like seeing how he dies decides that he should. I don't know. I feel like it could go either way, where it could be he decides that he's going to change his life decisions because he saw how he dies on the current path, or he decides that he needs more power because he saw that he died to a guy who's powerful.
Yeah, it's hard to say, and that's, I guess, a slight bit of intrigue here.
Yeah. And then Owen Wilson's like, oh, good, because I left out one big detail that you're going to be helping us track down yourself. And that's the big twist that they end on, which is that, well, they end with a scene that probably didn't need to be in here, because I feel like you just end with Owen Wilson saying that Loki is going to track down himself, because that's fun. That's a fun little twist.
Yeah, because we don't even see Tom Hiddleston's face on this mysterious hooded figure.
Yeah.
So what was the point of revealing that?
There's rumors going around that this Loki is not going to be Tom Hiddleston.
Oh.
That it's going to be like either an older version of Loki or female Loki from the comic books. Because, fun fact, Marvel, they passingly acknowledge it in like the weakest way in this episode, but Loki in the comic books is gender fluid, and in this, the TVA has him listed has his sex listed as fluid. Yeah. And it's like a blink and you miss it thing, and that's supposed to be the closest thing we come to Loki's gender identity in this.
All right.
So I guess, hey, good work. It's it's on par with that 5 seconds of those two ladies kissing in Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, whatever.
And yeah,
that's Loki.
I guess that's Loki for the most part. I mean, any final thoughts on this?
No.
I felt like this episode of television was trying its hardest to make me not immersed with it.
Yeah, I feel like... I'm not sure this needed to be a TV show yet. I feel like this could have just been part of a 2-hour movie to cut out some of the exposition. Like, Loki seeing his own death could be like a good low point for the character. You know, in the second act.
Oh, you're saying this
I don't know,
whole...
they could... If they go on fun adventures in the next episode, that would be great. But in this episode, they just kind of talked for forever.
Yeah, I feel like they should have done more. If you weren't going to do a fun adventure in this one because you were setting up the TVA, have them explore it more.
Why not
Give me a
start
little
at
bit more.
Res?
Yeah, something.
Part of the problem, though, is that the setting itself ultimately is designed to be boring. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's the part that doesn't... it's supposed to be a boring, drab place, so spending an entire episode there makes it not as fun as if he was going on adventures. That's why the DB Cooper thing, while it ran too long, was like at least exciting, because hey, he's not in a drab, boring office.
Yeah.
He's having plane heists. But, as a first episode, like I said, it's somewhere in the middle, so I guess I'm going to give it a slight tune-in. I'll give it a light tune-in on this.
I'm not saying tune into Disney Plus, but I guess I will say tune into the show.
Yeah, you don't have to get Disney Plus to enjoy the show.
That's what we do, right? We don't tune into streaming services, do we, on the podcast here?
Well, of course not. There's no ethical consumption under capitalism.
Yes, do crimes.
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna do the dissenting tune out here. I probably would tune in if one of you guys tuned out, but I'm gonna do the dissenting tune out here because I was just not impressed with this program at all.
Yeah.
I thought it was okay, but at the same time, it's just I'll
give it a tune out as well.
So I guess part of the problem is that these Marvel programs have been feeling more and more hollow the further that we've gone.
Yeah.
And the magic's just not there for me. And they got Loki here. It's him, it's Loki. But that's about it. That's all it really had for us.
All right. Well, I guess that's a tune out on Loki. And that'll about do it for this week's episode of the show. Hey, if you like this podcast and you want to hear us do some sort of bonus episodes, well, anything that you want us to talk about could be yours to hear by going over to buymeacoffee.com/TV Tuners. And buying us a coffee gets you a single thing for us to discuss, whether that's a TV show, a movie, a topic of your choosing. That you get a nice little bonus episode from us about it. Right now we're doing a mini-series on Gilmore Girls that we're one episode away from wrapping up before we move on to other things. So you can go over to buymeacoffee.com/TV Tuners and do that today, if that's your choosing. And hey, if not, why not come back next week for more TV goodness? Until then, keep watching. Bye. It's over.
I found them.
Hey folks, it's time for the TV Tuners Fact of the Week. Did you know that Stairmaster can shapeshift?
That's true.